In this next part, we're going to create something to fill the bottom portion of this ad. So at the moment, there's nothing there, and I want to create a little bit of interest in my ad, particularly trying to lead the viewer's eye to looking at the product. So because it's bubblegum, I'm going to create some bubbles that do that for me. So I could go on the internet and find a picture of bubbles, but there I'm not using Photoshop skills, so it's not going to get me more marks. So what I want to do is try and practice these skills in Photoshop. So I'm going to go to the ellipse tool, which is this one here on my toolbar. And if yours is showing a different shape, just click and hold and it will bring up the menu. So the ellipse tool is going to allow me to draw a circle. So I need to hold shift to get a perfect circle, make it any size. And when I let go, it brings up the properties box. So here I've got the outline color, which is currently white, the fill color, which is nothing, and the outline size. I'm going to leave my outline as white, but you can change it by clicking on the drop down arrow, and you can change the thickness by just going here and dragging the slider up and down. So I'm going to keep it roughly on 6. I'm going to change the fill to a pink, and again, I just want a bright pink to kind of match my product. The next thing I'm going to do is add a little reflection, a little bit of light onto this bubble to make it look a bit more 3D. So I need to rasterize this layer first before I can paint that on. So I'm going to go over to my layers panel, right click on it and select rasterize layer. Otherwise it won't let me paint on top. So I'm going to go up to the paintbrush tool and I want to make sure that my color is on white for this. So if yours is not on white, to quickly get it to white, you can click on the black and white squares under your color swatches like so, and black and white will appear, and just hit the arrows to swap them so that white is in front. So my brush tool gives me certain options. So up the top here, you can see that I've got really hard edge options with my brush, and I've got other effects that I could do, but I just want to go for a soft edge. So maybe about a 90. And with my brush, remember I can make it bigger and smaller with my square brackets on my keyboard. So all I'm going to do is just paint in a little section of light like so to try and make my bubble look more 3D. The other thing that I'm going to try and do with my bubble is again add a drop shadow to make it look more three-dimensional. So similar to how we treated the shadow on our product, I'm going to now do the same on the bubble. So in my layers panel, I'm going to go to the effects and then I'm going to select the bottom option of drop shadow. With the drop shadow, again, I'm going to pull it to the side so that you can easily see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to play with the spread and the size until I'm happy with that. And remember, the distance is going to kind of bring it out underneath. So again, just keep playing until you're completely happy with that angle. So I'm going to actually bring my distance up more. I really want that shadow to be right underneath that bubble. So something like so, and then I can hit OK. Now, because I want a trail of these, I want to make more than one, but I'm just going to move this one into position. I'm actually going to go a little bit larger with this, and I'm going to move it so that it's slightly cut off from the bottom and hit enter. Now, rather than make this all over again, I'm just going to duplicate the layer. So I maybe want 3 bubbles, so I need 2 more copies. So I'm going to go over to this where it is in the layers panel, right click and go duplicate layer and hit OK. I'm going to do that again so that I've got another one. And now with my move tool, I can just move these out. Make sure I go to the correct layer in order to move them. So I'm going to resize them because if they're all the same size, then it's a bit too boring. So to add a bit of variety, I'm going to vary the sizes. Go to my next layer. And this is where I might need to play around with placement so that they don't look too perfect in a line. I might just move that one down. Let's see if I move that one. Yeah, just underneath. Maybe use my keyboard arrows to get perfect placement. Okay. And once I'm kind of happy with it, then I can leave that. So now I've got this really nice trail of bubbles that help to lead the viewer's eye to my product. Make sure that you save your work and then go to the final part.